And that's why I want to make a point in this video using both sign language and English, even though I'm going to stumble using both languages, because that's how I roll. So, I am deaf. I'm deaf. I found the deaf community a couple of years ago, and then I really took part in it in one way or another a little over a year ago when I went to LA and I met my deaf friends in person for the very first time. I grew up like an old person. I have a hearing father, and I have a deaf person who I was born from. We don't have a personal relationship. That's a long story, but just know this: there's a biological, scientific relationship there, and this is why this is there. So when I was younger, basically from age 12 to like up until just a few years ago, I wasn't very confident in myself as a deaf person. I would tell people, hey, I'm deaf, you gotta speak up, or write it down or whatever. When I was in school, I did not understand a lot, and I was just not very confident. So like when, for example, somebody made fun of me, I just kind of went along with it. And then I didn't really feel a very strong connection as a deaf woman because I wasn't around any other deaf person that actually, I don't know, what, like a culturally deaf person, until a couple years ago when the internet was a big part of my life, and there was Tumblr and Facebook and whatever. Tumblr is actually when I found people like me. Those of you that are watching this, probably the majority of you, I know there's a couple hearing people that'll be watching this, but the majority of you are deaf like me, or some sort of degree of deaf. So Tumblr, like 3-4 years ago, was when I first saw that, hey, we're a thing. It was just like, pew, what in the world? Like, what is this? What is this? There's people like me. People who can't hear. And then I saw sign language for the first time and was like, so English is my first language and something that I'm still used to. So it's always been difficult because to me, in my heart, I know that I am part of a community. I may not be 100% there, I may not be fluent in sign language, and right now that's okay because I'm learning it and I'm using it every day. I make vlogs in ASL or sign language, and it's a mixture of both, right? That's why I'm very happy to be making videos for iMedia, because I do one spoken video and then I try to do one signed for practice, right? It took a long time to figure out who I was, and I don't know 100% yet who I am, but just know this: to those of you who grew up mainstream, who grew up oral, and you're trying to find yourself, and you find a community for the first time that's just like you, and you're trying to make a transition, it's possible, and whether it takes you a couple of months, a year, or like a decade, everybody goes at their own pace. And I'm very happy to say that I'm very happy that there's a community out there. I am very grateful to have friends that are supporting me, that are accepting me in their community, helping me learn more. I'm glad that there's books and all of this stuff. But it's like I have this new little family here, right? And like I didn't have that before. Yeah, I have the biological family, which honestly, they live on the West Coast and in Germany, so I don't even have a connection there with my biological family. But I have my deaf family, and I have never felt more at peace with myself until then. I just feel very confident in myself, and I know who I am becoming, and I have a support system that I cannot be more grateful for. So, I just want to say, And